This is Chunks McClue, my hardcore chunk-locked Iron Man with a twist. I'm unlocking the map one clue scroll at a time, with the ultimate goal of filling every stash unit in the game and unlocking the Bloodhound. Welcome to Chunk Hunt. Welcome back to Chunk Hunt, everybody. I am so glad to see you again. So last time we unlocked the fishing skill. We got ourselves a small fishing net from Port Piscarillius and then hunted clues for hours and hours just to get a clue step that brought us back to Drainer Village. Now, before we start the episode up properly, there are a couple of things I want to mention. So if you're not interested in that and you just want to get straight into the video, then skip ahead to the time on screen right now. So firstly, I want to address a rule that everybody in my comments seems to want me to add. I get so many comments every single video saying we should be allowed to unlock chunks without clue steps in them. I didn't originally plan on allowing this at all in the game mode, but there is a lot of endgame content, mainly raids and bosses, that we can't ever do with the current rules. So after discussing it with the Chunk Hunt community in my Discord at length, we've decided that upon collecting 50% of any given clue tier's unique items, we can roll a chunk from the endgame chunk list. Now you might be wondering which chunks are on the endgame chunk list and how did we choose them? Well, that is where the second thing I want to talk about comes in. So this is the old school RuneScape clue chunk map. It's similar to the chunk map that's used by a lot of other chunk-locked Iron Man series, but this one is focused specifically on the relation between clue scrolls and map chunks. As you can see, each chunk has a list of every clue step that can be completed within it, and what you need to complete each clue. It also has a search feature which lets you check which items are used in any particular stash unit. For example, if I was to search Defender, I can see that my Dragon Defender would be stored within the Warriors Guild. You can use this map in the same way you would the regular chunk map, in that you can lock and unlock different chunks dependent on your needs. And you can even export your chunk data as a link, so that if you want to share your map with other people, all you have to do is send them that URL and they can view exactly what you've got locked and unlocked. Every single clue step in the entire game is accounted for in this map, so it really is a fantastic tool. It was made by two members of my Discord named Oki and Wiz, and they've been working so hard on this, and it really is amazing, so a huge thank you to them. So how did we use this tool to decide on the end game chunk list? So we can use the map feature that hides all chunks without clue steps to view what is available to us through normal chunk hunt rules, and from that information we decided on the chunks that can be unlocked from the endgame chunk table. So the first 6 are the ones needed to make your way to the Chambers of Xeric. We also have the chunk just below Wintertodt, as we can enter the minigame from that chunk. Then we have the chunk just to the west of Zulrah. Next up is Ungale, which unlocks Vorkath. We then have the Theatre of Blood chunk and the one right above it, which unlocks the Boat to Sleep, allowing Nightmare to be done. And finally, we have the southeastern corner of Prifddinas, which contains the Gauntlet. These are not going to be easy to unlock, as we need 50% of any clue tier uniques to get a roll on the table, but considering the content and the gear they unlock, I think the challenge is worthwhile. You can view and use the map yourself at cluechunkmap.com, which is in the description, and I've also set up a wheel that you can spin your endgame chunks on if you're playing along, and that is also in the description. Okay, now I promise this is the last thing I want to mention. This video has taken quite a long time to come out, and the reason for that will become clear in the episode. So if you want to get more content out of me between videos, then drop me a follow over on Twitch. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday on Chunks McClue, and I'd love to see you there. Anyway, thank you so much for sticking with me, and let's get into the video. So now we're going to start off the episode with a whole load of fishing levels. We've only just started the episode, but I'm already so proud of myself. Level 2 fishing, it's literally changed everything about the account. We can catch, cook, and supply our own food now. All it's going to take is a little bit of leveling. So my initial goal is level 20 fishing, which is going to unlock fly fishing, meaning we can catch trout, which is available in Lumbridge. Once we reach that level, we're going to be hunting clues that will take us to a place where we can buy packs of feathers, or at least kill chickens to get a lot of them manually. We're also going to need a fly fishing rod, but once all that is achieved, we should be set and we're going to be able to start hunting medium clues. And I really can't wait for that, so let's get grinding. Ah yes, the very first full inventory of fish. Feels good, man, it feels good. And there's level 4 fishing, that's pretty nice. So we're going to take this opportunity to actually train our fire making level as well as our cooking level. I know that you're less likely to successfully cook things when you cook them on an open flame instead of on a range, but I think that the fire making XP is probably worth it. Okay, so that inventory didn't go so well, and we didn't even have time to cook all of the shrimp before the fire burnt out, so that's unfortunate, but the more we do it, the better we'll get. There's level 5 fishing coming in, absolutely fantastic. We can now do bait fishing for some sardines. And that's definitely a lot better than shrimp, so let's go and switch things up a little. Wow, I feel like a real fisherman. Has the fishing animation always looked like this? I've never noticed that you kind of just bonk the fishing rod. Looks kind of goofy if you ask me. And there is level 20 fishing. After about a 2-hour grind, we've managed to hit that. And that actually means that our small fishing grind is over because we can now catch trout by fly fishing. But unfortunately, we don't have any feathers or a fly fishing rod in the bank, which means that we need to find a way to get one. Now, the closest place that we could go would be Port Sarim, but that is locked off by this wall here. And we have no other way of getting there, which means we're gonna have to do some clue hunting. So I've actually changed my mind. Before we go clue hunting, we've got a quest to finish in this chunk. Last episode, we started Vampire Slayer, but we didn't get a chance to finish it because we spent so much time trying to get back to this chunk. Now that we're done with our fishing, it's time to settle that score. Let's open up the tomb and face our destiny. I may have over-prepared for this fight. Take that, foul beast. And there's Vampire Slayer complete. 3 quest points, which actually is more than I thought we would get. That's pretty nice. 10 in total now. And 4,825 attack XP, bringing us up to level 35 attack. So there's another quest I'd like to get done quite soon, and that's the Black Knight's Fortress. So we're just preparing for that now by smithing a bronze medium helm, and we're going to buy ourselves an iron chain body from Horvik. And there we go, we're ready to take on the Black Knights. We're not going to be doing that right away, but I'm glad that we've got the items ready for the future. Alright, we're back in Lumbridge, we're hunting some goblins, we're hunting for some clue scrolls, the content that you're all here for. I'm hoping for something that's going to get us to Port Sarim so that we can get ourselves a fly fishing rod and some feathers, or something that's going to get us back into Falador so we can start the Black Knight's Fortress. Yes, a beginner clue scroll on the ground, finally. And it looks like a drop, great start. I'm not even worried about that past drop just then because we've got another beginner clue scroll already. Okay, the first successful clue scroll of the video has led us here. Back to a duplicate chunk, so we're going to mark it down. But luckily, we are back in Draenor, and I've realised that I made a little bit of a mistake in leaving early. I should have really gone to level 25 fishing, as that was my downfall with that Charlie clue step. So while we're here, we're going to train another 5 fishing levels, and then we're going to continue. As this is a duplicate step though, we're going to bank it, and I'm going to be saving all of the duplicate steps, all of the caskets that we get from duplicate steps until the end of the episode for a grand opening, because I think it'll be a little bit more exciting that way. And there it is, level 25 fishing. Finally, that's one more Charlie clue step that we can complete. And actually, it's going to benefit us now to actually just go ahead and fish in Lumbridge. We don't necessarily need to unlock fly fishing for a little while, as we can now fish pike and we can cook it as well, which is going to be a massive improvement on the food that we have right now. So now that we're finished with fishing for the second time in the video, we're going to kill these dark wizards, and hopefully they'll be kind and drop us a clue nice and quickly. And away we go. I think I'm going to buy a Chronicle, and we'll probably just get like 10 teleport cards for it. It's such an easy and affordable alternative teleport to Varrock for when we run out of lore runes that we might as well just get it while we're here. And there it is, we have got a clue step in Port Sarim, and you know what that means? We're finally going to fix the mistake that we made like 2 episodes ago now. We're going to grab ourselves a fly fishing rod and as many feathers as we can buy. So we'll just take a stop off at Gerant's shop over here. 1 fly fishing rod will be fine. And 2,000 feathers, I think that is going to be plenty. And with that, we have solved our food crisis. And this time we've solved it for real because we can actually do fly fishing, which means trout and salmon, which is just a humongous food upgrade for us. We've also got the fishing level now to catch pike, which means that's another Charlie step we can complete. So all we need now for my next ingenious plan is to get a clue that will take us into Falador. Unlocking fishing has already come in clutch for us. We've been able to complete a Charlie clue step. Let's speak to him in this darkened chunk and see if we can get a casket. We cannot. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. That being said though, the last step on this beginner is a pretty good one because we're about to unlock a new chunk. And there it is. We're only just inside it, but we've unlocked the Western Varrock chunk, which includes the Cooking Guild, Gertrude's house, the Varrock West Bank, as well as some very convenient anvils right next to the bank. I think that having this chunk unlocked also means we can do the Shield of Arath quest, and that would be pretty useful for a couple of different reasons. But we'll get into that later. For now, let's open up the casket. Oh my god. 4 coins, 4 GP, 4 Gillinor points. This has got to be the worst beginner clue it's possible to get. The worst clue scroll of all time. Okay, let's just not think about it. Now, probably the most important part about this chunk though, is that we've got access to guards now, and we're really close to a bank. So we can fight these guys, farm their medium clues, and if we need to go and restock, there's a bank right there. And because it's in Varrock and we've got teleport runes, we can easily go and do some fishing to get ourselves some more food if we need it, and then just come right back. Looks like it's the beginning of a new era, the era of medium clues. Don't laugh at the food in my inventory, we're just making use of everything in the bank. Let's pet the dog for good luck. Good doggy. And let's go and murder our first Varrock guard. And down he goes, and we get some iron bolts. Nice, nice. And there it is, the first medium clue scroll of the video. Oh no, I don't want to attack you. Let's pick it up, let's pick it up. For the first time on the account, we've been taken to Karamja, and this really shows just how important the higher tier clues are to us. Easies and beginners are still great for unlocking new areas in the free-to-play area and some of the members areas, but the potential for unlocks with things like quests and items that come from mediums and above is just insane. And the next step took us to Relica. We're literally traveling over the entire world now. 2 steps on the medium complete, and we've come into a bit of a problem clue step. It's an emote clue in Mauritania, and that's not necessarily a problem. Wearing no boots, easy, just take them off, no worries. A maple longbow we can just go and buy from Varrock, and we can teleport to Varrock quite easily. That's not a problem as well, so that's fine. The Mithril plate skirt is where we may see a little bit of an issue. Now, to make a Mithril plate skirt, we would need level 66 smithing, or we could buy one from the main Al-Kharid chunk. Now, either of these ways are absolutely fine. So, as there is actually a way for us to be able to complete this clue, and I would really like to be able to get into Mauritania, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Lumbridge, we're going to hold on to this clue, and we're going to hunt ourselves some beginners and easies in the hope that they will either take us to Falador so that we can start a pretty hefty grind, or they will unlock Al-Kharid for us so that we can just go and buy that Mithril plate skirt. Let's go, goblins. Show me what you're made of. Oh my god, and look at that. We've got a double drop, beginner and an easy from the same goblin. Surely this is going to get us where we need. Well, the beginner's a Charlie step, so it's not looking great to start off with, but we can do it. Awesome. Let's see if we can get him over in this. There we go. We're over in a locked chunk. We've obtained the casket, and you know what that means. We have unlocked another chunk. And this one is pretty nice because we can finally use the Champions Guild teleport on the Chronicle, and we can use the canoe transportation system, which means that we are finally able to leave Lumbridge whenever we want. We're no longer bound to that initial chunk. And that's probably more important and more beneficial for the account than it seems right now. So let's quickly open this casket. And nothing good. All right, we got another beginner, and it's led us to Hunding in Barbarian Village. So if we can get this one unlocked, then that is an absolute dream come true. Not only because we unlock the Stronghold of Security, but because it's going to allow us to get to Falador, and that is exactly where I need to be. So, Hunding, please, 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 give me a casket. No! one day you will give me some wood. I mean, a casket. So we've been brought back to Draenor Manor, and actually this is exactly what we needed. Very nice, got a casket there, which is a duplicate. So I thought that I would need to be taken either into Falador or into one of the chunks near Ice Mountain so that we could go into Dwarven Mine and then go through the mine to get ourselves back into Falador that way. Now, something I failed to realize, which I'm feeling pretty stupid about right now, is that we can get to Falador from almost any one of our chunks that we have unlocked. If we're anywhere in Draenor Village, Draenor Manor, anywhere like that, what we can do is just walk around, and then there's a little gap right here. So we can go up through here, past Barbarian Village without going into a locked chunk, and we can then enter Dwarven Mine. And that's how we're going to get into Falador. So we can just walk right past here, and then we simply head into the Dwarven Mine. We're going to have to get used to this place because we're going to be here for quite a while. So there's two things that I want to do while we're in Falador. One of them is nice and easy, and the second one is going to be many hours of grinding. The first of those things is to complete the Black Knight's Fortress quest. I prepared myself a bronze medium helm and an iron chain body beforehand, and we've got some food and the all-important cabbage. And as we've got an entrance in and out of Falador through the Dwarven Mine, we can actually do this quest naturally now, so we're definitely going to get that done right now. Ceramic Vase, I seek a quest. Well, I do have a task, but it's very dangerous and it's critical to us that no mistakes are made. I couldn't possibly let an unexperienced adventurer like yourself undertake it. I am offended. You need to have at least 12 quest points before you may attempt this quest. Who do you think I am? I'm Chunks McClue. I can take on anything. Apparently this guy doesn't believe me though. I'd really like to get the Black Knight's Fortress done before we start off with our next big grind, but before we can do that, we need 2 more quest points. Now there's 2 quests that I can technically complete, but we are going to have to leave this area to go and get them done. So I know I was super happy to get into this chunk, but unfortunately, we're just going to have to go straight back to Lumbridge. So we won't waste any time. We're in Lumbridge and we're going to go and talk to the Duke. And looks like he wants us to investigate this weird talisman that he's found. And we'll start the Rune Mysteries quest. Now that's everything that we can do for Rune Mysteries in this chunk. But we're not only doing Rune Mysteries, we're also trying to get the Wishes Potion done. So let's create ourselves a little bit of burnt meat on this fire right here. Cheeky little fire making level coming in there. And we're also going to grab an onion from the upstairs of the general store. So we've now got 2 out of 4 items needed for the Witch's Potion, we've started Rune Mysteries, and now what we need is to get ourselves either into our Draenor Village area so that we can go to the Wizard's Tower, or into Rimington/Port Sarim. And currently the only way we're doing that is with clue scrolls, unless we can get ourselves up to level 37 magic, which will provide us with a lovely Falador teleport, and that would actually solve a lot of our problems. So we're going to get some clue scrolls from these guys, and we're going to do it whilst training magic. Level 37 magic, and we're still fighting a goblin, so we didn't get the proper pop-up message, but we can now cast teleport to Falador. So that's going to save us quite a lot of hassle going forward. So let's get these clue scrolls done and then continue with our quests. We may be potentially unlocking farming right here. If we can get the casket in this chunk, then we're going to be planting a few potatoes. And there's also quite a lot of interesting stuff in this chunk as well, so let's see if we can get the casket. We did get the casket, fantastic. So that's another chunk on Zaya, which is completely isolated from the rest of our world. It is kind of close to this other Hesidious chunk with the kitchen in there as well, but unless we can get ourselves a Xeric's talisman or unlock this chunk down here and swap our house portal over to here, then it's going to be very difficult for us to get back here. So let's try and make use of it as much as we can before we leave. So as we've unlocked an allotment area, there's an NPC here that can sell us some farming supplies, which means that we can finally start raking patches, which has not been available to me at all until just now. And there we have the first farming XP on the account and our first ever crops planted. And now we just treat our lovely crops with a little bit of compost. And there we go. Our potatoes are ready to grow up nice and strong and healthy. We're really close to the next level, so before we leave, we might as well just rake this patch right here. Soothing content. And there's level 2 farming. So the Hosidius plows are in this chunk. Now I was planning on getting my 20% favor with these while we're here, but I unfortunately forgot a hammer. And if you've ever done them before, you'll know that they break down constantly and you need a hammer to repair them. I thought there might be a hammer somewhere in this chunk that we could pick up, but unfortunately there is not. So never mind, that's just unlucky for me and a little bit stupid of me for forgetting to bring one with me. Anyway, we're going to open up the casket and then we're going to get on with our quests. Nice! Armadillo Rove legs. That's actually sick. That's actually really good. These are going to give us a +4 magical bonus over what we're currently wearing, and we also get a nice prayer bonus. Oh yeah, we're looking good now. Finally, a decent unique. So we picked up the research package from the Wizard's Tower while we were on a clue step in Draenor, and we're going to just talk to Aubrey, who's given us a few notes and asked us to go right back to the Wizard's Tower. Before we go back to the Wizard's Tower though, we are going to go and hunt some more clues because we still need to go back and complete the Witch's Potion. Whoa, I missed the level there because, I'll be honest, I just was not paying attention. But that's level 40 attack coming in. Absolutely awesome. So when we eventually get onto fighting fire giants or Zamorak warriors, we can get ourselves a rune scimitar. And look at that, a clue scroll drops for us just after we get the level. Awesome. Well, the final step on this clue that we just got is actually taking us to Cedrador anyway, so we might as well just go and finish Rune Mysteries. And now we just spacebar through Cedrador's big speech about the rune span and the rune essence and how to craft runes and everything. I already know how, okay? This is like my 100th account. Anyway, that is one quest point, which is the most important part of this quest to us, and we've unlocked the ability to train the rune crafting skill. So now that we only need one more quest point until we can do the Black Knight's Fortress, we definitely need to get the Witch's Potion complete. Now, I've been thinking about the quickest way to get this done, and I think it's actually going to be faster for us to just train another 3 magic levels, get level 40 magic, and then simply teleport home. That's almost definitely going to be a lot faster than grinding out clue scrolls and hoping to be placed in either of these 2 chunks. Alright, here it is. 40 magic, absolutely beautiful. So we can cast Teleport to House, which is very, very nice. Alright, we've got our onion, we've got our burnt meat, we're going to teleport to our house for the first time. Home sweet home, wow. And if we exit the portal, we are in Rimington. And there is quest complete, 1 quest point and 325 magic XP. So the XP isn't really going to do anything for us because we already have level 40, but we now have 12 quest points, and you know what that means. It's time to finally go back and complete the Black Knight's Fortress. Now that I've gone away and I've come back with 2 arbitrary little points on my quest log, you're absolutely fine. You think I can do it now? Well, lucky for you, I actually really want to do the quest, so I'll go and do it. Let's read the dossier. Uh-oh, it's going to explode. Alright, and we'll just drop the cabbage into the hole. And somehow that just destroys their potion. Mr. Vars, I have foiled the Black Knight's plan. Can I have some money, please? Thank you very much. Much appreciated. So after we went through all of that just to complete this 1 quest, I bet you're wondering, what's next? Well, if you remember a while ago, the whole reason I wanted to get into Falador was so that we could complete our medium clue scroll, which is still in the bank. Now, the step that we need to complete is to panic in the mausoleum in Mauritania, and we need to be wearing a mithril plate skirt for that. Now, we don't have any way of getting a mithril plate skirt right now because we don't have access to the plate skirt shop in Al Kharid. What we do have access to, though, is Motherlode Mine. Now, in order to smith our very own mithril plate skirt, we are going to need level 66 smithing. We currently only have level 16, but we've got everything we need right here to get that level. Now, this is going to coincide with a long-term goal that I am eventually going to need to complete anyway, and that is to unlock the Prospectors Outfit. Now, you get the Prospectors Outfit from Motherlode Mine, and it costs you 180 nuggets. Getting 180 nuggets from Motherlode Mine will give you around 400,000 mining experience and a hell of a lot of coal. So I'm hoping that we can get enough coal from this grind that if we then go back and mine an equivalent amount of iron, we'll be able to use that to get the smithing level that we need. So I think it's time. It's time to start the first extremely long grind of the account. Before we can even go into Motherlode Mine, we need level 30 mining, so we're going to be getting that from the iron rocks just over here. Well, there's level 20 mining, and there is level 30 mining. That really didn't take too long, maybe about 45 minutes to go all the way from 20 to 30, so that's not too bad at all. So we can now mine size 3 shooting stars, which is pretty cool, but most importantly, we can go into the Motherlode Mine. Now, I do want to get myself a better pickaxe because I'm still using the black pick right now. Unfortunately, I can't afford a rune pick just yet, so we're going to settle for an adamant one. And then later on down the line, when we do get the level to wield a rune pickaxe, we might do a little bit of smithing, see if we can make a little bit of cash just to upgrade that pickaxe for the remainder of the grind. Well, here we are. I've got my hammer so we can fix the struts. I've got my adamant pickaxe. And I've also got a steel pick in my inventory because we still need to get another mining level before we can actually use the addy pick. I'm expecting it to take around 20 hours for us to get the Prospector outfit, and then possibly more to get level 66 smithing, depending on how lucky we get with the golden nuggets and how much coal compared to how much gold we end up getting. Well, here's our first full sack of pay dirt. Let's see if we get any nuggets. And we got one. Nice, nice. Well, there's level 40 mining coming in, so we're going to start seeing gold coming from the rocks now. Overall, not a bad thing. It is going to be good for crafting experience and smithing experience as well. So we're just going to keep on mining. 41, which means we can actually use a rune pickaxe now. Now, I don't really have enough money to go and buy one right away, but we do have some supplies that we can start smithing with, and we only really need to make 31k for it, so I think we're going to go and try and make a little bit of money. So we still actually have a little bit of copper and tin in the bank, so we might as well just use that up while we've got it, and then we're going to try and smelt as much of our iron as possible and just see whereabouts that gets us. Okay, there's the last of the iron ore smelted into iron, just for now anyway. And that's a total of 149 iron bars and then 90 bronze bars as well. So we're going to go and turn all of this stuff into items and then see how much we can get for that. Well, we've come to the end of all of our iron bars, and I don't think we're going to have enough to make 32k. Okay, we've sold everything off and we've made 8k. I guess we're going to have to do this for a little bit longer. Okay, we got a clue geode and it's taken us to the Alkarid mine. So we can panic, we can talk to Ori, and we get a casket, which has unlocked us a new chunk. Now, right now, there's not a lot we really need in here. There's some gold, there's some iron, there's some adamant, but it's not really in a very convenient location for us, but it's still pretty nice because it's one step closer to getting that entire landmass linked up. Let's open up the casket and see what we get inside. Rip. Alright, so we went back and we made about 50 iron chain bodies, and that's got us just enough money to afford that rune pickaxe. New morph, my friend. I have no need for this adamant pickaxe, but I will take a rune one. Thank you very much. And look at that, absolutely PogChamp. Absolutely not even in the slightest bit cringe upgrade right there. Beautiful, beautiful bit of blue. And that's actually the first rune weapon on the entire account. Right then, we are back to settle in again. And what I actually planned on having as like a very short detour to get ourselves a rune pickaxe actually ended up taking about 4 hours. But we're back here and that's all that matters. Well, there is level 50 mining. Looks like we can mine level 5 stars now, which will be pretty nice if we ever come across one. Well, we've just hit level 55 mining, which means we're going to start getting Mithril from Motherlode Mine now as well. And there's level 60 mining, which is pretty awesome because we can now enter the mining guild. Not only the mining guild, the world famous mining guild. And another important level coming right up next, 61 mining, we can now wield a dragon pickaxe. Now that begs the question, will we ever get a dragon pickaxe on this account? The answer is yes, because there is a master stash unit that requires it. So that's going to be one hell of a grind at some point. Well, after about 20, maybe 25 hours in Motherlode Mine, we have 180 golden nuggets, and you know what that means. It's time to talk to Prospector Percy. So we're all out of golden nuggets, but we have got a fancy new Prospectors outfit. And if we take a look in the bank, we can see that we literally have nowhere near enough coal. I've calculated that we're going to need around 6,000 steel bars to hit 65 smithing, which we can then boost to level 66 and make that mithril plate skirt. That is assuming that we get quite a lot of gold ore along the way as well. So I guess we've got no choice but just to keep on mining until we hit our goal. Just checking in, and there is 69 mining. And look at that, there is 70 mining all the way from 30 here in Motherlode Mine. And we're only just over halfway done, so let's keep going. And there's the first adamant ore on the account. Not really worth very much, not really useful to us because we're definitely not going to be using it considering how much coal it's going to take up, but still pretty cool nonetheless. And there's a pretty important level there, level 72 mining, and that means that we can actually now use the top floor of Motherlode Mine. And as I've already got an additional 100, actually we've got more than 100 golden nuggets from just being here and mining, we can go straight over there right now. There we go, there's 100 nuggets paid to Percy, and let's go up the ladder. Beautiful. Another pretty cool level coming in, 75, looking good. Okay, this is an important moment. This has taken me literally 2 weeks, and I've been getting about 20k XP per hour because I'm hella inefficient, but this is the final sack of pay dirt I need for this grind. Let's take a look at the bank. 4,480 gold, 11,802 coal has been mined, along with a ton of addy and mithril, and it's finally over. I don't know the exact hours, but I'm now at level 78 mining and getting around 20k XP per hour. This must have taken at least 80 hours. Before we leave Motherlode, we are going to grab a coal bag because that is going to make things a lot faster when it comes to the smithing portion of this grind. There we go, 100 golden nuggets spent once again. And we're going to spend the rest of the nuggets on bags full of gems just for the crafting XP. And also, it'll be nice to have those gems for teleport jewelry later on in the account. So it's time for part 2 of the grind. Let's enter the mining guild. And look at that, we completed a hard task for the Falador diary. We're going to sit here and mine iron at this 3 rock formation for a little while. We need half the amount of iron as we have coal, so that's just over 5,000. I reckon this is going to take maybe 5 or 6 hours. So I have some downtime where I can't really focus on the game 100%, so I'm going to start smithing the ores that I have already and intermingle that with the rest of my mining grind. And that way I can maximize the amount of XP that I get in one day. So we've taken a short break from mining iron because we've been given a clue geode and it's actually going to be taking us over to Barbarian Village. And as you well know, we don't have that yet, and it's actually one of my dream chunks to unlock. So let's hope for a 2-step clue. Hunding, my friends, I've mentioned how nice you look today. Now, if you wouldn't mind providing me with a casket, that would be lovely. It's the casket. One of the best chunks in the free-to-play area, if not the best chunk in the free-to-play area, is unlocked. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Come on. Man, this feels good. Let's do a cheeky little unlock. And we have now opened up our entire world. We can travel from Varrock all the way down into Draenor Village, and from there we can also go through Dwarven Mine into Falador. We basically have unlocked the entire world. The entire world that we've got as a landmass anyway at this point. Let's open up this casket, shall we? Trash, but I don't care. This feels so good. This is awesome. The first new chunk we've unlocked after 2 weeks of spending our time underground, under Falador, and it's this incredible one. But we aren't done with our mining and smithing grind, so unfortunately, we're gonna have to head back into the mining guild. Finally, the mining grind is about to come to an end. We need exactly 14 more pieces of iron ore, and then all we've got to do is smith it all. It feels so good to say that it's finally coming to an end. It feels really good. We need to mine one more piece of iron, and that's the last thing we're going to need to mine for a long ass time on this account. It's been 2 weeks. I've been sat here in this mine for 6 hours today alone. Let's do it. Ah, feels good, feels good. The mining grind is over. Obviously, we are going to need to mine again at some point in the account, but this grind is done. We have the exact amount of iron we need to smith all of our coal into steel bars. And that's exactly what we're going to go do right now. First things first though, let's actually trade in all of these unidentified minerals into Belladonna and get a few bags of gems. You know, it's crazy to me. It felt like we were in Motherlode Mine for absolutely years, but the mining of iron was done in like a day. We are in the home stretch now, boys. Let's get smelting. Just a quick update on the smithing grind. So we're currently sitting at level 57. It's actually going pretty quickly. I'm really excited to be finished with this though, because we've been grinding for pretty much exactly 2 weeks now, just for one clue step. I know I said it had been 2 weeks when we finished Motherlode Mine, but I actually miscalculated that somehow. We finished Motherlode Mine after about 10 days. Okay, a huge milestone in this particular grind is coming up. We are about to finish smelting all of our ore. And there goes the last one. Oh my god, that feels so good. So let's just have a quick look in the bank. As you can see, we have a total of 5,902 steel bars and 4,478 gold bars. That's the total smelted smithing XP that we've got. We actually have a few too many steel bars, but I'm kind of okay with that. We're going to need to smith 5,890 of them into items, so we're about 12 over, which, to be fair, I'm okay with. I don't think we've wasted too much time with that. Alright, so this is where we're going to be spending a few hours now. So we've got our hammer and we're just going to take a full inventory of steel bars over to the anvils just outside of the bank, and we're going to turn them all into steel plate bodies. My god, this is so much faster. I don't know if anybody's ever enjoyed smithing quite this much. Level 60 smithing, 5 more levels to go. 64 smithing coming in right now. We're coming down to the last 100 steel bars now, and I can't think of any time in old school RuneScape where I've grinded so hard for so long on just a single skill / a single goal. You know, it puts it all into perspective. If you're persistent, if you're consistent, and if you really want something, you can do it. And there it is, 65 smithing. This feels so good. We're finally done. We are finally done with our mining and smithing grind. Thousands of bars smelted, over 1,000 steel plate bodies made. We've gone from around level 20 to level 78 mining, and we're finally finished. So in the inventory right now is what we've ended up with in terms of items / loot from, I don't know exactly how much time it's taken, but it must be at least 100 hours of grinding. So if we have a look at the guide prices here, we've made around 2.5 mil if we were to sell everything on the Grand Exchange. Obviously, we're not going to be doing that. I am going to be selling off all of the steel plate bodies so that we can make a little bit of GP. That's going to be super useful for the account. But before we do that, we've got some work to do. We've got something we need to finish. We've got a few mithril bars in the inventory, and we just need to grab ourselves a dwarven stout, and that's going to provide us with a +1 smithing boost. Let's take a quick sip of the stout and make ourselves a mithril plate skirt. I know I've said it already in the video, but 2 weeks of grinding for this one singular item for one singular medium clue step. And the thing is, we might not even be able to complete the entire clue scroll. We might get an uncompletable step right after this one. But I don't care. It's worth it just for this moment. So I think for the last 3 bars that I've got, I'm actually going to make a mithril kite shield. And the reason for that is the only shield we've got right now is an iron square. So this is a huge upgrade on that. And we can always just go and buy ourselves an upgraded body and full helm from the shops that we've got available in our currently unlocked chunks. So I think that that is a pretty nice upgrade. So here's the new look for our absolute warrior. I think we're still looking pretty good. The outfit isn't quite as nice as it was when it was full black, but I'm still pretty happy with it. Okay, so I've just spent about an hour hopping worlds trying to sell all of my plate bodies to Horvik, and to be honest, I'm getting very bored of it. So I'm just doing 50 a world. I don't even really care anymore. I might have lost about 400 or 500k in profit, but I'm fine with that. We'll make lots more money down the line, and I currently have more money than I've ever had on the account by many thousands of times, and it's definitely more money than I really need. So I'm just happy that we're getting rid of all of the play buddies and making a little bit of GP on the side. And that's the last of them, 723k profit. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that cash stack. All right, it's finally time. Let's have a look at what we really need to do for this clue. So we've got all of the gear that we need, but the clue is located in Mauritania, and that is locked behind Priest in Peril. We also then have to get into the mausoleum, which is locked behind partial completion of the creature of Frankenstrain. So there are no requirements for Priest in Peril, so we can just go ahead and complete that quest. That's absolutely fine. And for creature of Frankenstrain, there is a 20 crafting and 25 thieving requirement to complete the quest. Now, I've already got over 20 crafting, so that's not a problem, but I only have level 1 thieving right now. That is not a problem, however. You only actually need that thieving level right at the very end of the quest when you pick Frankenstrain's pocket for the Ring of Chaos, and we won't need to get anywhere near that far in. So that means we've got the stats, we've got the clue. Let's go and do all these quests. Oh yeah, and it looks like we have to do Restless Ghost as well. I didn't realize that. Well, there's Restless Ghost sorted. And there is Priest in Peril. Welcome to Mauritania, boys. It's a little bit dark around here. Hopefully we can unlock some chunks and bring a little bit of light to this place. Right, we're at the point in the quest now where I'm pretty sure we have to go into the mausoleum, and we're kind of getting battered by these vampires, so I'm glad that we can get away from them for a little while. So we'll just kill one of these experiments for a key. We are here. It's the moment we've been waiting for. I need 30 range before I can wield the maple longbow. Okay, we've got 27 range. We can grind that level out within chunks that we've already got unlocked. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, there's level 30 range. Right, okay, we're back again. The last hurdle has been crossed. Let's wield the maple longbow. We've already got the plate skirt on, and we're going to take off our boots. And now we're going to go stand over here, and we're going to do a panic, and then we're going to do a wave, and we're going to talk to Uri, and he's giving us another clue. Okay, we didn't get the casket. Okay, I'm almost scared to click on this. If we click on this clue right now and we get a step that is uncompletable, then I've just wasted 2 weeks of my life. Let's go. Let's just do it. Donovan the Family Handyman on the first floor of Sinclair Mansion. I think we can do that. Let's go, boys. Yep, we got lucky, and this is a step we can quite easily complete. And it's another step. Well, this is the 5th step on the treasure trail, so it's guaranteed to be a casket. And just our luck, it's in a duplicate chunk. It doesn't even matter though, because we worked hard for this casket, and whatever's inside is going to be worthwhile. The first medium casket of the account. We're not even going to wait any longer. We're just going to open it right up. 2 weeks for one single medium clue casket. What's inside? Okay. I don't know what I was expecting. I half expected Rangers to pop up then, and that would have been the perfect ending, but you know, you can't have everything, can you? That's definitely a helmet upgrade, so we really can't complain about that. 100% much better than a black full helm, so that's pretty cool. So after that humongous grind for, I guess, a pretty underwhelming medium clue, it's time for us to open up all of the caskets we saved up from duplicate chunks this episode. Starting off with the 12 beginners. Frog slippers, awesome, awesome. Love to see those uniques. Okay, and moving on to the easy caskets, just 2 of them, let's see. Nice, bronze plate legs G, love it. And purple firelighters, awesome, awesome. So we're finishing the grind this episode with some lovely new legwear and footwear. I think we're looking pretty good. But that is where we are going to be ending the episode today. So I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's been watching, everyone who's made it to the end. You are all absolute legends. I also want to let you all know that I play this account live on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday, so if you want to come and hang out on a stream, then drop me a follow on Twitch, the link is in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will see you next time. Have a great day, guys.